Hello, and welcome to the Urban Herbalist YouTube channel. My name is Bonnie Lancy. I am the owner of Urban Herbalist, certified master herbalist, and certified aromatherapist, and certified Reiki master teacher as well. Today, I want to discuss the best ways of storing herbs and how to tell if your herb may be past its prime. Now, obviously, we'll be discussing dried herbs. Fresh herbs you're going to want to keep in the refrigerator and use them rather quickly before they go bad, or dry them and then store them. So first, my favorite way, good old mason jar. You can get these at any store in the canning aisle. They have good airtight lids. And again, always make sure you label so you know what is in it. And this is my number one favorite way to store them. They can last for quite a while in jars. And you can see, it's how I store a lot of mine. So, that's number one. If you do not have a way to store them in glass jars, best way number two, good old brown paper bag. It keeps the light out, and it's natural. And it also would soak up any humidity if there is any in the air. Number three, now when you buy herbs from bulk from a supplier, oftentimes they will come in bags like this. Plastic, but it does keep the light out. So if need be, you can keep them in here. Just make sure, regardless if you're using the manufacturer's plastic bag, the paper bag, or the jars. Number one, you want to keep them out of the light. Number two, you want to make sure that it's a cool area, cool dark room with minimal humidity, because you don't want the humidity or the light to make them go bad faster. Now, the next thing I want to discuss, how do you know if your herb may be past its prime? Look at the color. It's a nice dark green color. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you got to give it the look test and the sniff test. Still pretty good peppermint smell to it, so I'm still going to keep this and use it for tea. I love to use peppermint to make some of my medicinal teas taste better. Admittedly, a lot of medicinal teas that are good for you don't taste very good, so I like to spruce it up with peppermint or spearmint. Also, when this herb gets old, I will save it and use it for incenses and candles. So even if it seems a little past its prime that you wouldn't want to use it medicinally, hold on to it because there's other things you can use it for. My sage looks good and dry. Can smell it, but a little underwhelming. So sage at this point, I wouldn't necessarily use it in a tea. However, white sage is great. You can powder it up, use it in an incense. You can burn the leaf as is on a fire-safe container and use it to smudge and cleanse your house, remove negative energy. So again, just because it's past its prime medicinally doesn't mean you toss it. Valerian. That one's okay. That one's still good. Now, what I discussed in a previous video about valerian, still good for medicinal reasons. It's a root. So, rule of thumb is you'd normally decoct roots, except for valerian. Valerian you prepare as an infusion. Infusion is the method of preparing when you have a leaf or flower. Decoction is how you prepare an herb medicinally for a root or a seed. Now, valerian is an exception. This is prepared as an infusion. So, this one I know is still good. This one I will use for spiritual purposes. This one, borderline, but still good for medicinal reasons. My rue, that's always been a spiritual herb, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that in the paper bag as it is. And rosemary leaf. this is one that has great medicinal properties and spiritual properties. So as soon as I have a jar available, what's left in this is going to go in the jar so it can stay, so I can store a little longer and still have it effective. So I want to thank you for watching. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook at Urban Herbalist. That's spelled Herban Herbalist. And also, I invite you to check out my website, urbanherbalist.com. There's where I sell all my products, and I also have a little tab on there called Materia Medica, and under that tab I have listed herbs, how to use them medicinally, if there's spiritual use, how to use it spiritually. I have them listed A to Z, and also by body system. So if, say, you have an upset stomach, you want to look under the digestive system tab, and I will have listed all the herbs that are good for your digestive system, and so on and so forth. So I created it for it to be very user-friendly, and I'm continuously adding herbs. So I think I'm up to 50 now. And I'm going to, as long as I got herbs to add, I'm going to add them, because I'm about helping people use herbs and to take control of their wellness and their health, and use herbs for wellness. And I preach early reaction. If you wake up and you're not feeling a little right, you feel a little stuffy headed, you feel like you're coming down with something, I promote using the herbs to nip it in the bud before you have to go to the doctor. And I also promote taking care of yourself spiritually and your environment, because that all encompasses the holistic view of healthcare and wellness care. And I'm about the wellness and teaching you how to maintain your wellness too. I thank you for watching. Until next time.